What's up everyone, Maxwell Taylor here with the Maxwell Automotive channel, and today we're finishing up the turbo Silverado. We're getting real close here, and hopefully in today's video you guys will see the first startup. So let's get straight into it. As y'all can see, both turbos are mounted up. These headers are fully installed, turbos are fully installed with gaskets, so those are not coming out for a little while. As you can see, we got these oil feed lines finally routed. Everything on this truck so far, for the most part, has ended up just fitting absolutely perfect. This drain line was the perfect length to come up there, and then I bought a secondary line to connect to this one, and it just worked out flawless, routing right up there. Yeah, as you guys can see, it just turned out really good. So our intercooler piping routed up perfect from the turbo straight to the intercooler. That should route pretty easily right up into that intake. This side, same deal. Have our radiator fan right here. Got that wiring all done up. So yeah, as you guys can see, it's coming along really good. We've made these custom brackets for the intercooler and got that held up. All right, so today we had a few more things to throw on, mostly being heat wrapping. This is a wastegate blanket, so we got one of those for each wastegate. We have a turbo blanket, and these are the coil pack wire blankets because I don't want to be melting stuff. As you can see, this is all packed real tight in the engine bay, and stuff like this oil line, even, we don't want to get crazy hot off of this turbo, off this hot side of the turbo, so that'll be covered up in the blanket, hopefully keep it from melting these wires too. The blankets on the coil wires, hopefully we'll keep those from melting. We also wrap the headers to help prevent that. We might even go as far as wrapping this in some heat wrap, keep that from melting. Yeah, we'll go ahead and throw a turbo blanket over here, hopefully keep us from melting our coolant reservoir. And yeah, just try and keep all the heat in where it's supposed to be. It'll also help boost response, and overall should be pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it and get all this wrapped up. Let's get right into it. All right, y'all. So as you can see, we got these exhausts mocked up. Obviously, we're gonna have to cut them down quite a bit. We were gonna route them down, but it just is gonna cause a lot more issues right now. Where if we just route them up for now, we'll be able to actually run it this weekend. So yeah, we'll go ahead and cut these flush, and then get the hood, cut out the hood, get all that lined up. But right now we're trying to line up these wastegates. I'm gonna go right on the inside of these, so yeah, we'll show you guys what it looks like when. All right, y'all, so as you can see, things are getting really close to wrapped up. We need to figure out what we're gonna do about this charge pipe right here. We have to angle that somehow. It's kind of an aggressive angle. Probably will tilt the intercooler up some. But as you can see, the exhaust is figured out. We just don't have the other wastegate in there, but it'll sit just like that one. We'll have to chop them all flush, and I think that's going to look really good going out the hood, especially when it's shooting fire and all that. But yeah, overall, we're looking really, really good here. All we have left to throw in, we have some new flanges because the ones we have in there just don't work very well, so those will be a lot better. With the oil drain, which is the last piece we need to get it started. Some air filters so we aren't just, ruining those turbochargers right away. And we got some turbo blankets, wastegate blankets, and blankets for the coil wires. So yeah, overall really good. The last other big thing we need to get in is our blow-off valve, but this is aluminum, so we aren't sure how we're gonna get this welded up when all the pipe in there is steel. Either probably gonna have to find a steel version. Probably gonna have to find a steel version of one of these flanges, but that shouldn't be hard to do. You can get that overnight. But yeah, and then we haven't thrown in the bigger injectors, or bigger pump yet because we're just trying to get it started for now. Either way, yeah, you can see there's all our springs. Pretty much none of this will need used. These are the only other two items we'll be throwing on other than this stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the heat shielding on, everything else, get these flanges on, get the oil drains on. Once all that's buttoned up, we'll get the welds complete on these exhausts, get all that buttoned up, and yeah, this is super exciting, but I think it's time for the first startup once we have all that buttoned up. All right, guys, unexpectedly, it took us about a month to get to this point, but we're finally about to start up the twin turbo Silverado for the first time. I'm super excited. It's not completely finished up. Everything's not hooked up. We need to fix this pipe and re-angle a couple things. We'll throw on the other wastegate exhaust real quick before we start it up, but all the oil feeds hooked up. We're gonna leave the oil drain unhooked just to see if any oil is coming out at first, make sure we have pressure in both lines, everything's good there. But yeah, all I need to do at this point is throw this oil in and a new oil filter. The second that's done, we'll plug in the last few coil packs, and I think it will be time to start for the first time. So I hope you guys are ready for this. This is super exciting. It's the first car I've really even modified. I've never put an exhaust on any of my cars. I've never done anything like that. So to go this far on the first car I'm ever modifying is pretty cool. But yeah, so we go ahead and finish up a couple things. And when we get all that wrapped up, we'll go ahead and show you guys the first start. All right, y'all. So the oil feeds are hooked up. It's filled with oil. Battery's hooked back up. Hopefully we got some charge here. So it looks like everything should be good to go. Yep, looks like we got power. All right, guys, we might have got a little ahead of ourselves and forgot to bolt up a couple things, but this time it should actually be ready to go. So holy shit, that sounds so good, and it's not even that crazy. Like, all right, y'all, so you just heard that, the first startup. Now that we know oil is going out both turbos, we got the drains hooked up so we can run it for a second longer here. So I'll go ahead and just start it right back up. As y'all can see, the exhaust is welded up the rest of the way. Still need to cut it, but we finally have her on the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it into the driveway. It'll be its technical first drive. Technically the first drive, but not really a first drive. Only issue we're having right now is, as you can see, it's leaking oil from these turbo feeds. The threading just isn't deep enough to support those, so we're gonna have to figure out something else. But for the most part, it's seeming good. We have the coolant lines finished up. Still need to get the fan mounted, but all the wiring for that's finished up. And overall, we're looking really good. So yeah, hold me in.
Yeah, it won't teeter around now.
Let's get it back into the driveway.
the exhaust back.
Alright guys, we just got the tuner plugged in for the first time. About to get the base map done. We had to change a few things. So this is now instead of a map sensor, we're running a air temperature sensor, or instead of a mass airflow sensor, we're now running a air temperature sensor, a 3-bar map sensor, and also have a air fuel ratio wired up now. So that'll allow us to actually get good tune on this, and yeah, overall it's looking really good. So yeah, once we get this base tune in, hopefully she's running nice. We just threw in the 1000cc injectors, so we'll see what it's able to do off those. We still need to throw on that bigger fuel pump. We have it sitting right over here. So yeah, we still need to get this thrown in, but we can get a base tune done for now, see how it's idling, and go from there.
11s and 12s. What we were seeing?
It kept going up. It's like 13 and almost 14. Try again. So it had a lot of extra fuel. Yeah. .5